Hello, it's Jacob from Rising, and you're watching Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct.
Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Wheeler's Weekend Jams live and direct. And today joining me will be Jacob Krugholt from Rising. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, Rising formed in Copenhagen, Denmark in 2008. From crushing tones to your guys' progressive and classic metal qualities, Rising is always on the rise. From 2 EPs to 2 full-length albums to Solemn Ash in 2011 and Abominor in 2013, they are now about to come out with their brand new release called Oceans Into Their Graves, which is coming out actually the end of this month, April 29th. Thanks, Jacob, for joining us today, man. How you doing today?
I'm fine, and thank you for letting me talk to you here.
No problem, man. Glad to help, man. Now I'm going to start off here. First off, when you were a young little boy, when did you start playing the guitar, and who was your major influence?
The vivid remembrance, what you call the memory I had, was listening to Deep Purple in rock at the age of 10
Nice.
at some of my parents' friends. And I was just blown away instantly by the intro to Speed King. And I just thought, well, that might be it. And I guess I've been on a path to destruction since then.
That's
That's
awesome,
the
man.
first memory of being like turned on to rock and roll. That's Purple in
wow.
rock.
Cool.
I began playing the year after or so at 11.
Cool. That's awesome. Now, moving on to your guys' latest album, Oceans Into Their Graves. Tell us how the recording process was for this album.
Well, actually, it's been a long process before the recording because kind of the old lineup disintegrated, and I had to like pick up a new lineup.
Okay.
I reunited with the old drummer, and we kind of like used 2 years writing this album and getting new members along for the ride. And we were a quartet when we entered the studio. There was no extra guitarist when we entered the studio, already in the demo phase, I had a lot of ideas for guitars. Usually we were a trio. I was one guitarist, but then we just fired away with all kinds of guitar ideas, and I recorded it for 2 guitarists. Actually, there's a lot of twin stuff and stuff like that. So basically just doing drums in one studio and overdubbing in another studio. We had a good time this time, luckily. So I guess we used like 2 weeks recording it and 1 month back and forth with before we were finishing it up. Yeah, but it was quite nice this time around. So no worries about that.
Cool. Yeah, it's all about being comfortable and getting into more in depth with your new album. Now, for anybody who's a metal fan or not a metal fan, you think of metal, you think of like death and destruction. Yeah. And I know you guys with this album, your theme is mainly revolving around death. Tell us the story, just kind of the story of this album and the meaning of this album to you guys.
Well, I've not written all the lyrics. I've participated in writing some of the lyrics. It just occurred to us in the process of writing that this theme of death just occurred on all kinds of levels. You kind of wrote all things from personal, existential fears, which maybe inhibit you or stop you from living your life. So like a metaphorical death, until the political structures that put death upon people up to the whole cosmological perspective of the universe just trampling down, producing and trampling down individuals without any turn for their hopes and dreams. So it kind of occurred, that theme on all levels. So I guess you can say that death is the all thematic content.
Interesting.
Definitely. I mean, it's always been like a recurring theme. These kind of, what do you call it, the primal forces of the universe. But we took it down to a more personal level on this time in this album as well.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I actually I just went on vacation a couple weeks ago down in New Orleans, Louisiana, southern of the U.S. And we did a bunch of haunted tours, and I learned about a lot of history on the haunted stuff down there because that's a really big like haunted
The
city
voodoo,
in
the voodoo.
general, and yeah, a lot of voodoo and stuff like that. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm always trying to find out the stories behind albums. Like
Yeah.
like Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. They were talking about what kind of concept they wanted before they even recorded that album. So I'm always interested in seeing how bands take that into
Well,
place.
there wasn't like a predefined theme. It's just been like it's been going on for a while in our lyrics, and it just turned up to be like the most consistent theme. And we thought it was kind of interesting that it dealt with it on a lot of levels. So, but actually, we're talking about sitting down and maybe writing a storyline for the next album before doing it. But that would be the first time actually we've done that. But
Yeah.
also because we've never done that before, it's kind of an interesting angle to write an album. I think, and I love Pink Floyd, and I love a lot of these old like theme LPs,
Yeah.
operatic kind of storylines. So let's go for it.
Cool. Yeah. Why not, man? Now I'm always interested. I'm a drummer. And I'm very interested in gear and all that stuff. I was wondering, what is your favorite piece of gear and why?
I guess it's my old Marshall amp. It's an early JMP. The early JCM 800 Master Volume. It's like a 77 model, and I've had a Super Lead for a lot. I'm a Marshall guy, and I'm into Blackmore and Page and also all those old guys, Hendrix. But I had a Super Lead for some time, but then I found this, which is really the new wave of British heavy metal. It's Maiden and Priest and all that stuff, and it just sounded perfect. So I think that's my favorite piece of gear. Yeah, and my Martin acoustic, I love that as well.
Awesome. Yeah, and well, if you were not in this band, what would be your other hobbies that you would focus on, you think, if you weren't in this band?
Oh, I would probably play in another band. It's a difficult question because music has always been there since the age of 10. I've always played in bands, and I'm in my late 30s now, so it's so much in my DNA. Yeah. But I've been studying religion at the university, and maybe I will do some kind of research, scientific research. I'm not sure you can live off that anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, some kind of research into what we talked about before mysticism and religion. And even though I'm not religious at all, it always captures me in some way.
Fascinates you. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, I'm a huge movie buff, and I always like comparing. I mean, if there would be no movie if it wasn't for music, I mean, if a movie was completely silent, the movies just wouldn't catch us as they would with music. So I'm just wondering, if you had to compare your band to a movie, what movie would it be and why?
Shit, man. What do you think?
I always put everybody on the spot. I think I should warn everybody before I ask this question, but I'm always interested to see, because music could relate to, a story or a specific movie. So, wondering for you guys.
I would like to think us as both being ugly and beautiful, and both direct and epic at the same time. So I guess maybe some Kubrick stuff. It has a sinister tone, but still it speaks to you, so you can relate. It's mystic, but it's also talking. It's very human at the same time. I don't know, maybe some Kubrick stuff. I'm not sure, but he's also one of my
Clockwork Orange, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But I really like the big orchestral tones of Odyssey as well.
Which movie?
Space Odyssey.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, amazing, dude. Yeah, he's
that's my best offer right now, I think.
We'll take it. Cool, man. Yeah, if there's anything you want to say out there to your guys' fans and where to find you on the internet and all that, go right ahead, man, and tell us.
We have a Facebook and Rising DK for Denmark. We have a Bandcamp and etc. And my label has Facebook, Bandcamp, etc. In Disciplinarian, I release bands besides my own. Just I hope you guys will check out the new album. It's heavy, it's melodic, it's brutal. It's we hope to kind of put all kind of elements and shades of metal together in a big heavy cocktail. So I hope you'll check it out. And I mean, the album is out in 4 weeks, and we have 2 tunes on the internet right now, and we'll have a video soon, and hopefully some tour dates soon also. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, check out Rising's new album coming out April 29th. Oceans Into Their Graves. Definitely pick it up, check it out. I'm sure it'll be on Spotify and all that too. And thank you again for joining me here. And make sure everybody to check out our website at wheelersweekendjams.com. And you could find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also coming this summer, Wheelers Weekend Jams is throwing our first official concert, August 13th. We got 7 bands on the bill. Definitely check out our website. All the information's on there. And thanks again, Jacob, for doing this interview, man. Cheers, man.